Debunking STD myths, exploring the science and technology behind the taboo topic. Sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, have long been associated with stigma and misconceptions, often making it difficult for people to openly discuss and seek help when necessary. Myths about these infections can lead to dangerous misunderstandings about prevention, diagnosis, and treatment, resulting in individuals neglecting their health and increasing the spread of these diseases. However, with advancements in science and technology, we now have a better understanding of STDs, how they are transmitted, and how to manage them effectively. In this article, we will explore some common myths surrounding STDs and debunk them using evidence-based science and the latest technological developments in the field. By examining these misconceptions, we aim to empower individuals to make informed decisions about their sexual health and well-being. Myth 1. STDs only affect promiscuous people. One of the most persistent myths about STDs is that only individuals who engage in frequent or unprotected sex are at risk. This idea can be deeply harmful, as it perpetuates the misconception that people who get STDs are somehow morally or socially less than. The science behind the myth. The reality is that anyone who is sexually active can contract an STD, regardless of their number of partners or perceived promiscuity. STDs are spread through bodily fluids such as semen, vaginal fluids, blood, and saliva, making any form of sexual contact, whether vaginal, anal, or oral, a potential risk for transmission. Many STDs, including human papillomavirus, HPV, and herpes, can be transmitted even when an infected person does not show any symptoms. Breaking down the stigma. Research shows that the stigma around STDs can deter people from seeking testing, treatment, and prevention methods. For example, people with conditions like HPV or herpes may experience social ostracization or shame, which prevents open conversations about sexual health. The stigma not only harms individuals' emotional and mental well-being, but also contributes to the spread of infections by discouraging people from taking proper preventive measures or seeking treatment. Myth 2. You can tell if someone has an STD by looking at them. A commonly held belief is that if a person has an STD, they will exhibit visible symptoms such as sores, rashes, or abnormal discharge. While it's true that some STDs, such as syphilis or genital warts, may produce visible signs, many others can remain asymptomatic, especially in the early stages. The science behind the myth. Many STDs, such as chlamydia and gonorrhea, can be present in an individual without showing any symptoms at all. In fact, studies indicate that a significant proportion of people with STDs, especially women, may not exhibit any signs until the infection has progressed to more severe stages. Asymptomatic individuals can still spread the infection to others, often without realizing they're infected. In addition, conditions like HIV may take years to show any noticeable symptoms, even though the virus can be transmitted through bodily fluids during this latent period. Therefore, relying solely on physical appearances as a means of detecting STDs is not a reliable or effective strategy. Technology and early detection. Thanks to advancements in medical technology, we now have better tools to detect STDs early, even in asymptomatic individuals. Routine screenings for conditions like HIV, syphilis, and chlamydia can be easily performed in clinics and doctors' offices, often through urine tests, blood samples, or swabs. The use of home testing kits has also gained popularity, allowing individuals to test for certain infections privately and discreetly. Myth 3. Condoms are 100% effective in preventing STDs. While condoms are a highly effective tool in preventing the transmission of many STDs, they are not foolproof. This myth can lead people to believe they are completely safe from infections if they use condoms during sex. The science behind the myth. Condoms do significantly reduce the risk of STDs, but they do not eliminate it entirely. Some STDs, such as HPV and herpes, can be spread through skin-to-skin contact in areas not covered by a condom, such as the thighs or the pubic region. Additionally, condoms can break or slip off during intercourse, especially if they are not used correctly, which increases the likelihood of transmission. Furthermore, while condoms are effective in preventing the spread of many infections, They may be less effective against diseases like trichomoniasis, which is caused by a parasite and can be transmitted through skin contact in areas not covered by a condom. Advances in prevention. The development of vaccines has been a game changer in the fight against certain STDs. For example, the HPV vaccine has been proven to significantly reduce the risk of developing cervical cancer and genital warts, both of which are caused by HPV. Similarly, the development of pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, for HIV has shown to be highly effective in preventing HIV transmission among individuals at high risk of exposure. Condoms, along with other forms of prevention such as PrEP and vaccines, offer a multi-layered approach to reducing the risk of STDs. Myth 4. STDs are only a problem for young people. It is a common belief that STDs mainly affect young, sexually active individuals and that older adults are less likely to be at risk. While it's true that younger people may have higher rates of certain STDs, anyone who is sexually active is at risk, regardless of their age. The science behind the myth. Older adults may be less likely to be tested for STDs, either due to lack of awareness or the assumption that they are past the risk age. However, sexually transmitted infections are not age-exclusive. In fact, older adults may be at a higher risk for complications from STDs due to weakened immune systems, the presence of other chronic conditions, or delayed diagnosis. Additionally, with more older adults becoming sexually active, especially with the rise of online dating and increased life expectancy, there has been an increase in STDs among this population. For example, syphilis rates in adults over the age of 55 have been rising in recent years. Technology and awareness for all ages. Older adults can benefit from the same technologies and medical advancements as younger people. Regular screenings, vaccines, and safe sex practices are just as important for people over 50 as they are for younger individuals. Public health initiatives now aim to educate all age groups about the risks of STDs and the importance of regular testing. Myth 5. If you get an STD, you're stuck with it forever. Many people are under the impression that once they contract an STD, they are stuck with it for life. While it's true that some STDs are chronic, like HIV or herpes, there are several STDs that are curable with the right treatment. The science behind the myth. Several common STDs, including chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis, are bacterial infections that can be completely cured with antibiotics when caught early. Other infections, such as HPV, may not have a cure but can be managed effectively with regular screenings and treatments, like the HPV vaccine. However, there are also viral STDs, like herpes and HIV, for which there is no cure, but modern medicine offers ways to manage the symptoms and reduce the risk of transmission. Antiviral medications have made it possible for individuals with herpes or HIV to lead healthy, fulfilling lives while minimizing the risk of passing on the infection. Technological advances in treatment. Advancements in antiviral therapies, vaccines, and improved diagnostic methods have made it easier to manage STDs and reduce their long-term impact on individuals' health. For example, HIV treatments today can reduce the viral load to undetectable levels, meaning the virus cannot be transmitted to sexual partners. Undetectable equals untransmittable, or U equals U. Moreover, new gene editing technologies such as CRISPR hold potential for curing certain viral infections in the future. Conclusion: STDs are often surrounded by myths and misconceptions that can harm individuals' health by deterring them from seeking appropriate care or taking preventive measures. By understanding the scientific basis behind these myths and exploring the technological advances in testing, treatment, and prevention, we can shift the conversation towards more informed and open discussions about sexual health. Education, along with the use of modern tools such as vaccines, medications, and routine screenings, is key to reducing the impact of STDs and eliminating the stigma that surrounds them. It's essential that individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and experiences have access to accurate information and the resources needed to take control of their sexual health. With continued advancements in both science and technology, we are moving closer to a world where STDs are better understood, prevented, and treated, reducing their spread and improving overall public health.